When love expands before we're ready, how one couple's shared choice quietly redefined everything they knew about each other. Some relationships end with a loud argument. Others shift so quietly that you don't realize everything has changed until you're already standing in a different life. And the early months of 2020, a long-term couple found themselves at an emotional crossroads that many modern adults recognize but rarely discuss out loud. They were stable, committed, and deeply familiar with each other. On the surface, nothing was broken. Yet beneath that comfort lived an unspoken curiosity, one that had followed one partner since adolescence, patiently waiting for acknowledgement. For years, she had lived comfortably within a straight identity, building relationships, routines, and expectations around it. But curiosity doesn't disappear simply because life is busy or love feels secure. It waits. And eventually, it asks to be heard. What made this story different wasn't the curiosity itself, but the decision to face it together. Rather than framing her questions as a threat to the relationship, she approached her partner with honesty and vulnerability. Not certainty. Not demands. Just questions. Who am I becoming? And can I explore that without losing you? To his credit, he didn't respond with fear. He responded with openness. Together they agreed on what felt safe and contained. A shared experience, meant to be brief, exploratory, and emotionally neutral. Clear boundaries were set. Expectations were carefully spoken. This wasn't about replacing anyone, it was about understanding oneself. Or so they thought. What no one prepares you for in moments like these is how quickly emotional rules can dissolve when real connection enters the room. Chemistry doesn't follow contracts. Feelings don't check boundaries before forming. And once genuine emotional presence appears, it quietly rewrites the story. What began as an experiment slowly became something deeper and more complicated. The third person wasn't just a moment anymore, she was a mirror. A reflection of parts of the self that had never been allowed space to exist. And with that realization came an emotional reckoning for everyone involved. For the woman at the center of this shift, the experience clarified something essential. Her identity wasn't theoretical. It was lived, felt, real. And once seen, it couldn't be unseen. For her partner, the change arrived differently. Supporting growth is one thing. Watching the emotional landscape of your relationship evolve beyond what you imagined is another. Love didn't disappear, but it transformed. And transformation, even when rooted in honesty, can still hurt. This story isn't about blame or betrayal. It's about emotional timing. About how modern relationships are increasingly asked to hold space for identity exploration, fluid attraction, and evolving definitions of commitment, often without a roadmap. Psychologists often note that identity discovery in adulthood carries unique challenges. By the time we begin questioning who we are, other people are already emotionally invested in who they believe us to be. Growth in that sense isn't private. It's relational. What this couple discovered is something many families, mothers, and partners quietly face. Sometimes love survives change, and sometimes it reshapes itself into something unrecognizable. Neither outcome means failure. In the end, the relationship they once knew no longer existed in its original form. But what replaced it was deeper self-awareness, emotional honesty, and a clearer understanding of personal boundaries for everyone involved. And maybe that's the quiet truth we don't talk about enough. Not all love stories are meant to stay the same. Some are meant to teach us who we are when we finally listen to ourselves.